There was a time long, long ago, a world where magic and mystery were on every step of everyone's journey, where the sword and shield was survival enough for a day-to-day life, where gods and demons play favor in ways of mortals and monsters in order to control the fate of the world. There was the world of Terrah.
Welcome everyone to Gaming XP. I'm your host Matt Cruz. I'm being joined with two of my fellow members from Breaking the Fourth Wall. I have Christina Tali to my upper left. I have in the middle, I have the lovely and vivacious, as described before, Christina Tali Warburton. And joining us for her YouTube debut is my wife, Lori Cruz, to my far right. How appropriate.
What did you play off of YouTube?
I know, right? All right, so tonight we're gonna be starting a game called the game is called The Relics of Kronos. It's Pathfinder, so it's loosely based around that world. So we'll jump right into it. It's daybreak. Chris's character's name is Farun. Farun, you've taken refuge in a cave for the evening. You're waking to a gray cloudy sky. You've been traveling in this world for the past 4 years. You've woken up in this world feeling a stranger to the rest of the world. You've met other drow in your travels, but you've never felt quite like one of them. It's too off. You felt no kinship to them. However, this morning before you woke, you remembered the dark moonlit coastal sky. For some reason, it flashed into your mind, and you woke up, and you are now awake. You pass a puddle and you see your reflection. Please describe yourself.
All right. Well, I am a handsome drow male with long silverish white hair, pulled back into a ponytail for easy access. I have lavender blue eyes because of the fact of my part moon elf mother's background. I have a single scar coming down the right side of my eye from a long battle that I don't remember. Obviously clean shaven, as an elf doesn't grow facial hair. Very thin bodied because of the fact of not only my race but also my class being a ranger. I spend a lot of time living off of the land and a lot of agility movements, which keeps my figure taut and lean.
Excellent. All right. You awaken, like I said, this morning, you have breakfast, and you've been traveling these last few days towards a town called New Haven. Now you've heard that there's a contact there that possibly might have some information on some items that you've been looking for, because you know that you can go home. There's a possibility that there's a 1% chance that you can connect these relics and find your way home.
Wherever that is.
wherever that was, and you know that these dreams these are memories. They're not just dreams. And somehow you'll feel it in your gut that these relics will help figure out those dreams. All right. You've heard of this location, the place called the Rogue's Folly. You travel into town. It's about, I'd say you've been traveling for about 3 hours. You know, the sun. It's still a cloudy, gray kind of sky morning, and you walk into town. There's the walls around this decent sized town, maybe about population of about 150, 200 at a time. You walk in past the watchman's stand. He sees you. He just looks you over. He doesn't hassle you much, but he knows that you're just traveling through. You see a blacksmith shop off to your right. You see a various shop, and it's sort of a straight run from where you can see right now. And you can see the center of town. You see a fountain. You see what is town hall, and off to the right, you see a big sign that says Rogue's Folly. Christina, this is your character's Nomaani's bar. Please describe it for me. Tell me what is so special about this wonderful place.
It is actually the largest building in the city. It's built out of an old cathedral. It's what makes it so unique. So it's in the center of the city where the old cathedral was when the city went through a war 100 years ago, and the cathedral's left abandoned, so my family took it over and has since run a bar through it. And other services.
Excellent.
Does it still have the markings of the original deity that was worshipped there?
Yes, it does.
Excellent. So it is hallowed grounds, which means that in these grounds, it's protected from evil. So, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Right now, I'm serving drinks.
Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing, Farun?
Well, it's Farun, by the way.
Farun.
Yeah, Farun. Get it right. Farun looks up at the sign, nods quietly to himself, saying, "This has got to be the place," and starts heading towards the front door.
All right. You go in through the bar. You see tables and people servicing, drinking. You see some card games going on. You see some guys in a dark corner talking over some questionable items of brilliance and wonderment, if you will. You see off to your left, you see a stage where you see some lights and a curtain. Looks like there was like a performer stage, but nothing's going on right now. You see a little piano off to the side. It's basically like a saloon and a tavern on that side, but you can see where things are going on. And you see a bar to the center of the room. You see the bar, and you see a barmaid. You see a bartender sitting there cleaning off the stools and rubbing everything down. Okay, what are you doing?
I head over to the closest bar stool to the bartender, leaving my hood up because I still feel, even though I don't understand why, I still feel uncomfortable exposing my drow heritage in a group of mixed people. But I go over and I order a mug of mead.
A mug of mead. Okay.
Mug of mead.
That'll be about 5 copper. No biggie.
All right. I reach into my purse and pull out the 5 copper, and as I'm pulling it out, I also pull out a silver set alongside with the 5 copper. And this is if you can give me information, or at least point me to the person that can give me information can point me in the direction of the information I seek.
You seek the broker. Give me. He pushes the meat closer to you. He goes, "I'll see what I can do. Stay right here." He walks away from the bar and starts heading towards the back. He nods to the barmaid there. And she walks to the back with him.
The bar is mine. I'm kidding.
Now, he walks. A few minutes go by. You see. Someone starts playing the piano, and someone starts singing and off key, and it's kind of like karaoke night at a sports bar, and people are drinking and carrying on. The atmosphere is merry. No one seems to be caring about what everyone else is doing, except for everyone who's interested in each other's conversation, if you will. The bartender comes back, and he says, "The broker will see you. Go to the end of the bar and turn left. Head down the hallway, first room on your left. Wait for the broker. The broker will see you as soon as they're available."
All right, I place the silver on the bar, grab my mug of mead, and head over to where I was directed.
All right. You enter to the room, and it's candle lit. It's ominous. It's dark. There's another door at the other end, and there's a table in the middle with 2 chairs.
Player character knowledge. Is it dark enough that it affects my ultravision?
Not for you. You can see perfectly fine. But for anybody who has low light vision, Anybody less than low light vision, it looks dark in there, but with candlelight. Okay, but your night vision, you're perfectly fine.
Well, that's what I was meaning. Was I seeing it through night vision, or was it still enough light that I could see in the normal spectrum?
Yeah, no, your vision's not that much. It's like if I turned off 2 of the lights in my bedroom, I can see just fine, but it's still kind of dark.
Okay.
But that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, but back into the game.
Right.
The bartender walks in with a hooded figure behind him. He leans down and talks to the hooded person. The hooded person and looks up and then says, "So you see," he walks up to the edge of the table, not out of arm's reach, in a neutral position. He's not making any forceful gestures. He just looks at you and goes, "What is the information you are seeking at this time?"
I described to him the artifacts that I am searching for, and that I need them to return to a place, and also to regain memory of the place that I'm trying to return to. Giving him a description of what little I know.
Does the broker wish to reveal that person at this time? Out of character.
No.
Excellent. Yeah, the broker is silent and motions the bartender over to him. He leans down and puts his ear to the hood, listens there for a few minutes. He's nodding his head, looks back at the hooded person, and the hooded person seems to insist on giving this part of the information. If you want to do a sense motive, you can, but he's going to.
What?
If you wish, do you have sense motive?
I don't believe I do. Let me see here. Where's that? That's under skills, right?
Yeah, that's set. That's skills.
All right, give me a second. I'm pulling them up. I do not.
Okay, then I was gonna say I didn't think Rangers got that. I knew Rogues did, and I know Clerics did.
And
okay.
I don't have it for drow traits either. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay then. You're cautious of taking the words he's about to speak. He says, "The person that has the information that you seek, the location of 3 relics that you're looking for. Her name is Ilya. Her family owns a magic shop about 2 blocks to the east of town. You trust me, you'll know it. It'll say
Moonbeams and Mayhem.
Moonbeams and Mayhem is the name of the shop outside. They sell a lot of magical gear. They're one of the bigger families of magical merchants in this town. She's well to do.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, I can buy the artifacts needed at this shop, or she will point me in the direction of where I need to go.
She'll point you in the direction. She does not own these relics. These relics are considered illegal to own because they have to deal with chronomagy. I'm sorry if I didn't explain this earlier, but chronomagic is time magic is forbidden in this world. It was actually what one of the wars was fought over about 5,000 years ago. It's a big issue. People have tried to control time and space, and if you control time and space, that's an entity to itself. You cannot control time. You cannot control space. It exists upon itself. It is truly neutral in itself. It's like trying to own air or trying to own death. It just doesn't work. It must be what it must be. What it must be.
All right, I'm listening. I'm looking for a pen. So continue on, please.
At this point, she will reveal herself. I will say.
Okay, she takes off her hood. And her name is Nomaani. What does she look like, Christina?
She is a tall, slender woman. She has dark brown, almost black hair, which is in a long braid down her middle of her back. She has a kind of almost serious look to her face, like she doesn't know how to even smile.
All right. I don't even show the slightest bit of surprise.
These
which
relics you
is
seek.
Characteristic of my character. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm in character, so. These relics you seek. There will be much perils along the way to these relics. I will come with you, free of charge, because our paths are meant to intertwine, as so has been told to me by my God.
Well,
Okay.
let me just first say to you that I do not remember what my quest or purpose was before I wound up in this land.
You
As
will
such-
find out. When the time comes, it will be revealed to you.
That's fair enough, but at this point, I cannot promise any negativity that could befall you or anybody you care of, because I do not know where it is I'm heading to. I do not want that burden placed upon me of your safety.
The negativity is not of purpose, and it is not of any kind of issue. I will be coming with you. I will be coming with you in your party. I believe that we can benefit each other in our own personal quests.
Fair enough. I welcome the company.
I will meet you at Moonbeams and Mayhem in half an hour.
Fair
I
enough,
have
and I
business
thank
to
you.
finish off at my bar.
Fair enough, and I thank you for your information.
Go in peace.
I finish my mead and I go outside.
Hey, bring my
Okay.
glass back.
And I finished it at the table and then I went outside.
Okay. All right. So, I guess you're heading in the direction of Moonbeams and Mayhem. Correct.
At the moment, I'm standing outside of the bar contemplating the information given, and also the fact that I really don't want a companion, but I wasn't really given much of a
Uh-oh.
of a.
All right. Well, if you're heading towards Moonbeam and Mayhem's, my dear Lori Isla, what is your shop? What does your family shop look like?
Kind of gypsy-ish. It's like the front part of it's like an open bazaar with like awnings and flags with like a bunch of herbs and little bit of crystals and a little bit of knickknacks. And then there's a door with an ornate window in it, and you go inside, and that's where all the magical items are really kept. Like there's a case for wands, and then there's, a few cloaks, a few boots, a few gloves, and anything else spellcasters need is inside.
Okay. Have I
Okay.
arrived there, or are we just getting the description of the shop?
I need the outside description. If you want to go in, that's up to you.
And there's a potion set up to mix and make potions.
Okay. Little alchemist table. Cool. Yeah, I show up and I walk in.
Okay. You see Isla sitting behind the counter. It looks like she's taking some inventory. Isla, describe yourself, my dear.
I have long light brown hair, kind of pulled back at the sides. I have glasses and piercing green eyes.
Glasses and piercing, like dragon horn rim, or
No, just glasses.
okay, just glasses. Okay.
Just plain. I'm rather plain looking.
All right. And what was the character's name again?
Isla.
Isla. Okay. You have to forgive me. I got to learn everybody's characters here. That's the one thing
Okay.
that I'll constantly break character on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted it. That's why I'm trying to remember everybody's character name too. I'm gonna be working on that.
I'm
Yeah.
about 5'5". And on
Alright.
the wispy side.
My dear love Isla, you see this young drow gentleman named Farun, right? Farun. I'm gonna get it right eventually. I swear. Hopefully, we'll have enough episodes.
Farun. There you go.
Farun. Right.
Is your last name Burgundy?
No. Perlman.
Okay, now. Oh, God. I love it. He walks up to you and... Go for it, man.
How can I help you this fine day?
I am looking for... Again, your name?
Isla.
Isla, thank you. I am looking for Isla, but I am waiting for someone before I wish to speak with her. Is she in?
I am she.
Ah. Well, I am waiting for a companion, but I have questions that I wish to embark upon you that my companion has told me you were the person to speak with.
What are you looking for?
I am looking for particular artifacts to help me return to wherever it is I come from.
Do you know anything about them, or other than their artifacts? Very broad term.
Player character knowledge. Do I?
Yeah. Since you've heard of the relics, you know what you're looking for. You're in particular. She knows where they are at. But like I said, since you know that it's questionable to ask about these kind of things, you're just gonna. It's up to you whether you want to come out right and say it, or try to allude more to it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. But I do know what the artifacts are I'm looking for. It's not just I'm looking for an artifact.
Yeah. No. You know who they are because you've heard about them. Once you started hearing about this, you're like this has got to be a chance. There's got to be something about this. There's too much coincidence. I've run into this. You've run into the idea of these artifacts just too many times for it's got your curiosity. So you know what you're looking for. I mean, you've been studying about them a little bit, if you will. It's not become your hobby. It's become your obsession, if you will.
All right. And it's 3 of them.
Yes, there's 3 of them.
All right. I'm looking for 3 particular artifacts that will. Well, let's just say that they're looked down upon on this world. But hopefully it will help me return to wherever it is I actually come from.
Time magic as I walk in.
Not this old thing again.
Yes, this thing again. Isla, I have never gone into any quest without you. You know this, and you know we have searched for this as well as other artifacts for a long time.
Yes, but we haven't been able to find any of them. All we found is stories and more stories and more stories.
Well, I think this time we can do it.
My parents are not going to like this.
Your parents never liked it anyway.
You got somebody to cover me this time?
Of course, I'll send Bob over from the bar.
Okay. No mixing potions.
Oh, it didn't take out the whole store last time.
No, he just turned everybody into rabbits.
The more I'm merrier, I guess.
He thinks he's an alchemist. He's a dummy.
Bob's a good guy. He means well. He's on the right path, kind of.
Kind of. Maybe if you like Hassenpfeffer.
So just because he turned a couple of your customers into rabbits and then ate them, it's not his fault.
Uh-oh.
She had, I guess, one of the rabbits supposed to be running around the store still. Anyway, this is Isla.
Okay.
Farouk. This is Isla, by the way. She has gone on me many a quest, and she will also be joining us. I know as of right now you are very confused about what is going on. I will just say it's hard. I know it's hard for you to even understand or trust anyone in this world. I know you're not of this world. I have my sources. That's all I need to say right now. However, Right now, I ask for your trust, and I will reap, you will reap the benefits of that.
Do your sources tell you where I am from?
That is indeterminable at this time. However, we do know that you are not of this world. Because Isla is preparing. She will be coming with us. We need her help to do this. She is the one who we need.
Why do I need her?
Like I said, a little bit of trust. She is very skilled at what she does. She is a very skilled alchemist. She is also a very skilled warrior.
A warrior? She looked more of a shopkeeper and bookworm to me.
Have some faith. Did you think I was? Did you think I could be a warrior when you first met me?
I still don't know what to make of you.
My name is Nomaani. I am a war priestess. I am a very skilled
war
priestess.
War priestess.
We are almost the easiest way to explain myself. We are men and women of our gods. We are somebody who would draw our power from our gods. However, we also give back to our gods. My god Caden is the god of wine, bravery, and freedom and chaos. Through that wine.
Okay. That's processing. Please continue.
Yes, wine. Why do you think I run a bar? Where do you think the bar is in an old church or an old cathedral? There is reasons for this. There's reasons for everything you will find out in this world, no matter how insignificant. From the smallest ant crawling on a blade of grass to the sun being blacked out by an unimaginable force. Everything has its reason in this world.
Well, being a ranger who follows Maliki, I fully understand that everything has a purpose and everything also has a chaos. I definitely understand, but I do not know your gods, as I do not know your world.
You will learn. As that, then I usher for somebody to come over, and they come over with almost like a book.
Okay.
And I hand the book to
Farun.
I'm learning.
I know, because you called me Farouk.
I know. I'm sorry. I got to get used to your character's name. I know her character's name because it's another character name that I've actually used with her before. Isla's actually, I can tell you where to get her name later, but
well, I've been fighting through that whole entire thing to stay in character because as soon as she called me Farouk, all I wanted to do was like, damn!
Let's get back on track, people. So I hand you a book. You need to read this book. Think of this as a primer for our world. This will help you understand exactly what you will be facing and what is in store for you while in your travels in this world. More so than the time you have already spent here.
I give her a quizzical look as I look down at the book and back at her. Your world comes with an instruction manual?
It's not an instruction manual. It's a primer. It'll help you understand exactly how things work in this world. It is not like your world. What the artifacts you are seeking are incredibly rare and incredibly illegal. Anything to do with time magic is illegal in this world.
As she's speaking, I look down at the binder to see the title.
All right, what is the title of the book? Title of the book is it The Relics of Kronos?
Yes.
Okay. Within the Relics of Kronos is the history of these 5 items. The 5 items were created when the world was young. When the world was young, it was nothing but time and space until it actually formed a world of its own. When the world of its own came into play, gods came to this world to create land, to create livestock, to create everything. This is the land of Terrah. The part of the world that you are currently in is called Alterra. Alterra was created from a giant supercontinent that was known as Terran. Terran was at one time was nothing but a giant ball of water, if you will. And then at one time it was a giant supercontinent known as Terran. But over time, erosion happens and everything like that. But they are led by and believe that the gods created this world. Which is where some of the lands get their name. Like the land of Terrah was actually was a prime god at one time. She was basically what you would recall as Mother Earth. She gave birth to all the other islands and continents. She's smaller in size now, but that's only because she gave so much to this world, if you will, to create her children. Alterra.
I take it this land is also known as the Mother.
Exactly, but where you live is basically like her young, would be considered her young daughters, the most fertile, if you will, would be Alterra and her twin sister, or actually her sister country of Southern Alterra. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And there's a smaller where you'll be heading, actually first. Once Ilya, she'll meet up with you later. She's getting the maps that you'll need for this place. The first place is going to be called it's called the temporal lock, void key, and the bells of the void. Those are the 3 items you're going to be seeking out. The first one is called oh goodness, I hate it when that happens.
Hey, Matt has a brain fart.
No. That's why I have a note. No, the first one is going to be the key of the void. Out to the far west of where you are, Net, there is a cavern by the sea that will take you to a reef. The reef leads down towards a trench. Down towards the trench is where you will find the key of the void. It is being held captive and guardian over by a creature that is there. The second will be 5 days journey, which leads to an open place, which is southern from that area, which opens to a plain, which is where the temporal lock is. And after that, just to the north of that side, northern side of that is the canyon, which is where you will find the bells of the void. Sounds simple, but as Gimli stated once before, that is our path. No problem.
Right.
No, it doesn't.
I start concentrating on a chapter in the book leading to the first or closest relic to gain some perspective. Does it give me any information or knowledge of what we can expect to run into or find in this?
Yes. Actually, yes. It continues with the legend of what is in the void, where the void key was held. It says that down in the depths there is a creature of gigantic strength and strange possibilities. It is known to crush people beneath the waves as well as affect the mind. It is a very dangerous tentacled creature, if you will.
Okay. Does it give me any information of what we would need to even enter this area, this place? Player character knowledge. I'm trying to see if we need 4 people.
You're gonna need 4, and you're gonna need some magic, definitely. You're definitely gonna need a little bit more muscle on this. Magic would definitely help because you're not gonna be able to hold your breath that long, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nod, hint, hint, nod, nod, if you will.
We need some gillyweed. Got it.
You get
so Naomi, Nimue,
Nomaani. Okay.
Apparently here in this chapter, it is stating that to be able to enter the first area that possibly could hold the first artifact, that we will need at least another person in this party?
We will run into this person along our way. This is somebody we will find.
Is it somebody we're going to want to find?
That is indeterminable at this time. But unfortunately, we're going to need him, and he is going to need us. As far as what we need to get to get the void key, I will have that information before we reach our destination.
How are you going to find this information when we're on the road? I don't know about you, but I prefer to work by stealth.
Let me handle the information. There's a reason why I do what I do.
And what of you?
What do you mean?
Now I'm looking at Isla, who just returned. And what of you? What claim do you stake in this?
Who, me? Guys, I'm a little lost in the conversation. Are you speaking to me or speaking to her?
I'm speaking to your character.
Okay. I just want to be adventure. I hate being locked up in my parents' shop all the time. I just want to go have fun. They make me go there.
Alex, how old is she?
Isla, mid-20s.
Okay. Like you keep mentioning like parents' shops, so I'm like sitting there like, is she like a kid?
It's a family-run business, and they want me to take over when they're gone, so they're grooming me for it.
Okay.
I don't want any part of it. I want to go on adventures. I want to go have fun.
I do have a favor to ask of you in return.
Okay. I knew there was a catch.
It is not a large favor, but it is a favor nonetheless. Many years ago, my family's sacred armor had been stolen, and it is spread throughout the world. However, our locations we need to go to are close to the locations to recover my family's armor. I would ask and request your help to recover my family's armor.
This may mean nothing to you of this world. I don't even know why it means something to me, but do you see this red sash that's around my waist?
I do.
It is a mark of the clan that I once belonged to, a clan that I cannot remember the name of. But for some reason, I do know that my word is my honor. You helped me find who I am and what I was supposed to do. I will make sure you reclaim your family's armor.
Agreed. I have some of my employees working on building us supplies. They will be here shortly.
Is there anything in the shop that I could use to discern the location or anything about where we're going and the creature they're in?
Yes, you can. You have the map.
Book.
You recognize the book as the Relics of Kronos. It's a book that Nomaani carries with her religiously.
I'm very versed in the damn book.
Exactly. In other words, what I was saying your character was doing, exactly the three locations exactly. You have maps. You have the map. You carry the maps. So
don't start.
I know. I was waiting for somebody to start saying it, and I'm like, don't you dare.
I can't punch you from here.
I'm
talking to you, Christina.
I didn't say anything.
Yet.
Never.
Bullshit.
Okay. So you get the maps out. Oh God, this is gonna get bad. And you start pointing out a chart. Like I said, the closest one to you guys right now would be the key, because with that, the void key, it'll make things a little bit simpler and easier to get the other pieces. But so basically you're gonna help plot out the course. And Nomaani's getting the hookup with all the gear. What
do I take from the shop to help us?
Oh, that's up to you. It's your parents. It's your parents' stuff.
No, that would be your call because you're God.
Well, let's see it. Does she pick? You know what?
You've got the inventory. She doesn't.
I know that's true. You know what? Let's see if there's because I do have this here, and since she's gonna make me do this, people, we were gonna have a roll. And if she wants to come over here and verify, because she's just in the other room, it's a little easier, and she can verify this. I will roll up. Let's see.
Why don't you move the camera so we can see the dice roll?
Because he's never gonna get the camera back.
It'll be a yellow dice.
Yellow dice on a yellow camera.
But
There.
the dice are all red, so
They'll show up easily. All right. Well, there it is. I'm pulling up on Friday ultimate equipment. Okay? Because your shop would have ultimate equipment. Now, first roll. Nope. Really? You get a gear check. You get a gear check. All right. Now, 1, 2, 3. All right, we're gonna have to use a different die for this one, people. All right, 1 second. And Christina has seen this die before as well. Let's see if it's going to be a remedy, a tool, a weapon, or a poison. It is a 1, which is an alchemic remedy. Dun, 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 dun.
that's not going to be very helpful.
You never know. You never know, honey. You never know.
He did say remedy, right?
Yes.
I have my remedy coming. One rule, by the way. There would be, don't touch my liquor.
If I needed to start a fire, I'm going to use it to start a fire.
No, you know better. No one touches my liquor. You know what happens when I don't have my liquor.
I am well versed in fire starting.
Okay. Since your parents won't miss it anyway, and you know it'll definitely come in handy, you grab a couple packets of smelling salts.
Not exactly the remedy I was expecting.
Exactly. That's why I said it wasn't going to be that helpful.
Well, your parents
How
won't
many-
miss it anyway because, like last
Matt.
time, we're going to send your parents on a trip.
2. Matt.
Yes.
2.
Hey, actually, you know what? One more time, just because I like to. You got 3.
Well, I am actually going to roll a knowledge arcana and see if there's anything else in the shop that I need specifically for a void key or an abyss.
And while she's doing that, I want to roll a perception check.
Can I do that?
I want to
Sure.
see how much. I want to see how much that those articles that she just got are.
Smelling salts, they're like maybe 3 copper a piece.
25 gold apiece, actually.
The smelling salts?
These sharply scented gray crystals cause people to inhale them and regain consciousness. Smelling salts grant you a new saving throw to resist any spell or effect that has already rendered you unconscious or staggered. If exposed to smelling salt while dying, you immediately become unconscious and staggered, but must still make a stabilization check each round. If you perform any standard action or any other strenuous action, you take 1 point of damage after completing the act and fall unconscious again. A container of smelling salts has dozens of uses if stoppered after each use, but depletes its in matter of hours if left open. So in other words, you can bottle it and reuse it quite a few times. And you can actually wake somebody from being unconscious. If they fall asleep, smelling salts, they'll wake up.
I rolled a
that-
13.
You rolled a
That's with
13?
all my bonuses.
All right. Hold on. I'll say that earned you another roll. All right. Nope. Nope. Up off the. Nope. Nope. Aha! You decided that you after poking around for a little bit, you decided that you're gonna, you know what? Smelling salts are okay, but I need something else. So you started taking a look at your parents' staff collection and something that they have extra of that they're not really gonna miss. Okay? So, good lord, where's the other piece of that?
Ember, stop it.
What's that, your cat?
Yep. Picking up my big fat.
Good lord.
My big fatty.
That's a big cat.
Big cat. She's a good girl.
Well, Mistopheles is only like that big from tip to no tail because, well, he doesn't have a tail.
Okay. You go around through your parents' inventory and you notice that there's the last couple adventures you came in and sold some gear. It wasn't much of anything, but it's a common found item, and you were like, you know what, this might come in handy with me because it always does. You pick up a staff of fire and you're out and you're getting ready to go out the door.
Again, I looked to see what the price of that was.
That's what I'm looking up myself.
How many uses do the smelling salts have?
Actually, I would say just roll a percentage after you crack one to see how much of them you have left over. Because you bought 3, and I'm figuring you're probably keeping vials on you, considering you are a sorceress and you did take up a little bit of alchemy, didn't you, or chemical? I know you were taking on some stuff.
I didn't take that.
Okay. Actually, you have. It's a fully charged staff of fire, and it's worth almost 1,900 gold.
How many
19,000.
charges?
Sorry, 19,000 gold. Burning hands, 1 charge. Fireball, 2 charges of that, and 3 charges of wall of fire.
How many of wall?
3.
I reach on the counter for a quill and paper.
Quill and paper, okay.
I scribble onto it what has been taken with an IOU to be reimbursed.
Okay.
Again, my alignment, chaotic good. I may be chaotic, but this is basically, even though it's her family shop, this is basically
You want to
stealing.
have someone amusing.
All right, well, that's
not the first time we've done this.
Okay.
First time with me.
You know they're going to cuss you out again.
I already sent them on another luxury vacation. Like, how do you think we got you out last time? We send they fall for it every time. We send them out on vacation and they don't come back for 3 months.
Kitty's game.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, it's going to take about a day to get some of the supplies together, and it's basically you got about a day to spend in town. Nomaani's getting her gear together. The maps are being charted out. What do you do? What does everybody feel like doing for the rest of the evening?
I personally think we should be getting our rest. I imagine we have a long journey ahead of us.
I agree. I need to finish up making sure my bar is in good order and make sure Bob doesn't turn people into rabbits and eat them again. And I need to make sure the supply cart with everything is ready to go.
Okay. Christina,
I go searching for the closest glade, meadow, or forest type area to set up camp.
No, you're gonna see. You can stay in the VIP suite at the Rogue's Folly tonight.
I appreciate that, but I'm more comfortable out with my god.
I can't argue that.
Okay. Christina, how are we fixed on time?
We're about done.
Okay, then this will be a good stopping point. We'll pick this up next episode. Our next episode we shall pick up when we shall hopefully pick up a helpful set of another helpful set of weapons along the way, as well as maybe another character or two. Um, that's pretty much it. This is it for gaming XP's first game and first broadcast. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me this evening. Thank you, Chris Wylde, breaking the fourth wall, as well as how many shows do we got now? I mean, good lord.
Hold on. We got that Trans Geek Girl. We got Lord 310 reviews. We've got Star Wars Canon Library. We got War of the Stars, Gaming XP, Breaking the Fourth Wall. Still in flux on whether or not we have Death Star Radio or not. Still trying to figure that out. But Nerdy Observations. We are getting ready to launch Press A Gaming. So we're looking at 8 to 9 shows on Realm of the Mist. Make sure you're checking them out.
And I'm on half of them somehow.
I know. And we have also, thank you, Christina, for playing Nomaani for me tonight. I can't wait till we do this again next week. Same Matt time, same Matt channel. She's also a host of That Trans Geek Girl. And honey, thank you very much for being patient tonight. I'm sorry for with the everyone with the babies, but family comes first. It's always been our way. I'd like to thank everyone. Please subscribe. I hope everyone had fun this evening, and that should be it. Signing off. If you need to catch me, you can find me on Facebook at Matthew Cruz at Facebook, and now you can find me here at Gaming XP as well as a co-host as Breaking the Fourth Wall. Chris, where can they find you?
Well, first and foremost, before I tell them where they can find me, I would love for you guys that are checking out this video to leave us a comment. Tell us what you think of not only the characters, but what the way you think the characters should go or interact. I'd love to hear what you would do in our situation. Kind of like with those old books back in the day where it's like you're reading an adventure and it says, if you decide to go this way, turn to page 2. But if you decide to go this way, go to page 14.
Choose your own adventure.
Come on, how many times have you read one of those books? Go, okay, I'm going to go to page 4. Oh no, page 37.
Oh, I've done that all the time. That's why
I know.
What would you do if you were my character or Christina's character or your wife's character? I want to know what you guys think of that. You can find me on Facebook at Christopher Michael Stolly. You can find me here at Realm of the Mist on YouTube. You can find me at realmofthemist.com. Our official website, which this will now officially be a part of. And come back. A lot more adventure coming, and of course we're going to be getting into some actual adventure and some dice rolling, and let's see how the characters roll.
All right. Christina, how can they find you, and tell us a little bit more?
Okay, so once again, like Chris said, make sure you like and subscribe. Tell us what you think of the show so far. Tell how our characters are playing out. Tell how our DM's doing. All the above as well. You can find me. Okay, you can find me in a lot of places right now. You can find me on Breaking the Fourth Wall. You can find me on, actually, I was just made the 3rd co-host on War of the Stars, so I'll be there every week as well. I also have my own show, That Trans Geek Girl, which airs every week on Sundays. And also, I think that's about it right now. And also realmofthemist.com, which once again is our official website. And we have YouTube channels everywhere. We have YouTube channels for Realm of the Mist, which is our main release, where this is going to be released. We also have individuals for Press 8 Gaming and That Trans Geek Girl. So look them up and check those out as well.
All right, honey, would you like any of our watchers to contact you, or
they can contact me through you?
Okay, well then.
Mainly because I'm too busy with the kids, guys. Come on.
All right. There you have it. An honest answer from my beloved wife. I've mentioned her on Breaking the Fourth Wall a few times. Now you actually guys get a chance to see her.
We've seen her before a couple of times when she owned you on Breaking the Fourth Wall.
Thank you very much for reminding me. Anyway, so with that, I say thank you very much, and I hope you guys tune in for the next episode 2.